The Human Genome Project in Nature from February 21. The Human Genome Project, truly a flop. It was published 20 years ago in Nature with a lot of excitement, thinking that if we were able to describe all the genes of a human being, it's going to lead to huge advances in medicine, looking at reducing morbidity and mortality and developing all sorts of new medicines. It just hasn't happened. As Nature said, many of the ethical, legal, and social implications of genome research, including privacy, remain unresolved. It's also said for genomes to truly revolutionize medicine, it needs to be combined with phenotypic data. That is, you need to correlate the genes with a classical medicine. That is, history, examination of the patient, and work out how it all fits together. You don't just hand a description of the genome to a patient and let them worry about what diseases are going to develop or not develop in the future. It all has to be interpreted in context. Truly, the Genome Project has been good or potentially good for insurance companies, where they can basically use it against you in terms of policies and their liability and when they're expected to die. Has been actually quite good for in the criminal area for law enforcement, particularly in DNA, for finding true culprits of crime. But for medicine, it's just a flop. Why would you ever want to know your full genome, potential diseases you may or may not sustain or develop over the next 10, 20 years? If it's a truly horrifying neurological disease, you're going to develop it anyhow. So the few good years you've got remaining, you're going to spend your life worrying about it. So sometimes knowing the future, knowing the genes, is inappropriate. You know, when it was first described in 1953, Watson, Crick, and Wilkins, it was done with a lot of enthusiasm by young men. They thought they had seen the future of medicine, but they hadn't. They just described the DNA molecules. Its implications for practical practice of medicine are very limited. So the DNA description 20 years ago, no need to celebrate. It's just been a flop.